Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. I am the Intuitive Stitcher. Today is Wednesday. The date is August the 6th, and this is Flosstube number 61. My notes are over here, so I'll be looking to the right. I want to welcome everyone for joining me today, and I want to welcome my new subscribers, which I did receive a few new subscribers, and thank you to my subscribers for continuing to watch me, and for anyone new who's viewing my channel. And I hope that you see something that you might like to stitch. So I'm going to get started. I'll talk about the last couple of weeks because my family was visiting from South Carolina. I'll talk about that later, and also my plans about what's going on in the next couple of weeks. So the first thing I want to get into is I had the last maybe two Flosstubes. I know it's been a while. The last two Flosstubes, I mentioned a winner from a giveaway that I had, and it's called Peacock Garden, and I have not heard from the winner, so I'm going to use this as a giveaway again. It's called Peacock Garden. It's by Sheepish Designs. And if you're interested in receiving this, please use the word peacock in the comment section. I also have another giveaway from Shepherd's Bush. It's called Pumpkin Stew. This was given to me. And if you're interested in this one, please mention the word pumpkin in the comment section. And I will ask that you not use the word prize or win because I understand there are people who look for those words just to grab or win something, and then I don't know, I believe they sell these patterns. So, and you have to be 18 and over in order for me to ask you for your address. So those are the two giveaways. I have my bag down here because I'm getting ready to go to Grace Notes Fabrics retreat in Allentown, and that starts tomorrow and it goes through Sunday. So I'm going to be taking things out of my bag as I go along. So we'll see what comes out first. Stony Creek collection, Music Speaks. I received this from Denise. Her Flosstube is Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. And she was showing a few things that she had received and was going to use as a giveaway. So the one that she showed is called Music Speaks, and I fell in love with this when I saw it. And I told her, and all of a sudden it was in my mailbox. It's so pretty. The reason for me to have this out is because this is going with me to Grace Notes Fabrics retreat, because I want Corinne, the owner, to look for fabric for me, which she has done for me before. So I want her to find something for me to stitch this piece on, and she will. What I've been working on is, let me get the picture. Little House Needleworks. It's called Simplicity. This came to me from Taryn. Her last name is spelled V-E-R-L-E-Y-E. Another wonderful floss tuber. Denise is fun, and so is Taryn. And this pattern has little bumblebee buttons to put on. Let me get something for behind here. This is what I have stitched so far. The only thing I need to do is the over here, the burgundy color in the center there. And then what I will do is I'll look through everything there and make sure that I haven't missed anything. And these are the little bees that will go on there. So cute. So Taryn, I'm almost finished. It was nice to get that in the mail too. And among other things she sent me. Now the next thing that I was working on is Winter Rose Manor. It is a stitch along, so if you're interested in joining us, if you have Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais, feel free to join us. This is the design. And let me show you where I am. Like I said, I'm just pulling things out of the bag. It's not ironed yet, but I'll show you what we completed for the month of August. So August was the fence right here. That was the motif for August, or the section for not August. I'm jumping ahead. I don't want to jump ahead because I like the month of August. I like summer. So anyway, this fence is what we did for July. We did the fence. That's the bottom part of the pattern. And this is the top. That's string. What I did was I ran floss down so that I was sure to match the ends, because I didn't want to be off on the border. So what we're going to be stitching for this month, for August, that was July. August is going to be, it's a vase or a flower pot right here, and the green leaves, and I think those might be berries. That will be August's motif, the white vase and the leaves and berries. The hearts here are already done. So there you go. If you want to join in, you can comment and let us know that you're joining in on the stitch along, and we'd be happy to have you. It's always nice to compare notes, see what fabric you're stitching on. I'm using all the called for fabric and floss. It is Weeks Dye Works. And let me see. It's Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. And I am using the called for linen, which is 36 count Brenda's Brew linen. This is take 2 because I kept getting messages from my daughter, and I thought maybe something was going on. So I paused it, thinking that I could just pick up from where I left off, and it didn't work that way, so I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to take those things, these things I'm showing you are going to retreat with me. I'm also going to take a Stitcher's Quaker designed by Misty Purcell, Luminous Fiber Arts. This is also going with me. I'm not using variegated thread, but I did have leftover fabric. Well, not leftover, someone gave it to me. I had a cousin, well, she's quilting now, she's not stitching anymore. She gave me a lot of fabric and a lot of patterns, so this was in the stash that she gave me. And this is the pink that I'm going to be using. It's cloudy out, so I hope you can see that. Zweigart Lugana Angel Blush, and I'm using this color. It's like a berry color. I think that's pretty. I didn't want red, and I didn't want to use variegated thread. So that's what I'm going to use. I think it's very pretty. So let me put this back in the bag. I use these bags from Amazon and I like them. The zipper, and they last. I've had them for a long time. The next thing that I'm going to take to the retreat is Quaker Christmas 2 ByGone stitches. I've always liked seeing this pattern, the design. I've always liked this, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to order it. So this is going with me. And I did start it, and I'll show you where I am. I don't want to make a whole lot of noise. And here it is. I'll come a little closer so you can see it. Very pretty. And these are the colors I'm using. I'm using 890 and 814. And my fabric is from Grace Notes Fabric. I had Corinne, the owner, choose something for me. I wanted something very subtle, and she chose well, I had two choices, and I picked Palomino. That's the name of the fabric. That's the information. Very pretty. So I will be taking that with me and working on that. I want to keep the card in here. Let's see what's coming out next. I'm going to take Colorful Cats by Kitty and Me Designs, Pamela Kellogg, Jubilee. When you follow her Facebook page and you tell them your birthday, you send an email to one of the administrators and tell her when your birthday is, and they'll send you a pattern. They'll send you the pattern for your birthday. Last year's pattern was Confetti. This year's pattern is Jubilee. So I asked Corinne from Grace Notes Fabrics to choose a fabric for me. And she did, and I love it. I just started it, so there's not much here to see. But I do like the fabric color. And I'll tell you what it is. It's called Aqua Fresca. It's a fat 1/4 Aida 14 count. It's all mostly DMC, and then I did get some metallic threads that I'll show you when I'm further along. I'll show you all of that. So that is that. And then let's see what this is. I'm taking this with me to retreat. I'm not going to start stitching on it, but I found it in my stash. It's called Season of the Witch, Poppy Creations. So I might look for fabric for this also. So I'm going to stitch the top part. I have to find through a button company, something like that. And I'll stitch the word Halloween But I don't think I'm going to stitch the word Season of the Witch. I'm going to leave that out. So I need to look for fabric for that. This is the last one that I'm taking with me. I started this a few months ago. It's called Blue Rhapsody by Rosewood Manor. I get these mixed up, Rosewood Manor and Winter Rose Manor, which is the other project that I have. I always get the names mixed up. So this is Rosewood Manor. It's called Blue Rhapsody. I'm doing mine in not blue. I decided on 2 different colors. I'm using 341 and 793. And let me show you. Where I've gotten so far. And there we go. And those are the colors. Let me get a better hold of this. So this is also going with me because it's so pretty and I do want to stitch on it. Okay. And that's that. So that's everything I have, I think. I'm going to look in my stitching bag to make sure that I have shown you everything that I'm taking with me. Yes. Okay. That's it for my stitching and what I'm taking with me. Like I said, when my daughter and her family were here, I didn't get a lot of stitching done. I think I did say that in this video and not the one I discarded. So I will catch up on all of that in the next 4 days. I want to talk about, well, I did the giveaways. So my family arrived at the end of July. This is where I'm going to talk about what I've been doing these last couple of weeks. So if you're not interested, thank you for joining me. If you want to hear about what's going on in the next few weeks, it's short. I'm not gonna keep you for a long time. So thank you for watching. If you're going to end your video now and go on to the next. So my family did arrive at the end of July, and what we did was Friday and Saturday, a week ago it was near the end of July. I'm getting everything mixed up, which is, I don't know. I'm all wishy-washy. So far this week I've been. Anyway, we went to Wildwood Crest on Friday, and we went to Cape May, New Jersey. So we stayed at Wildwood Crest. I went to Wildwood every summer with my parents when I was growing up. That was a thing. All of our families, cousins, aunts, and uncles got together. We stayed at one place, and we spent the week together. So I always liked Wildwood, but we stayed in the Crest at an Airbnb Friday night. We were on the beach Friday during the day, and then the boardwalk Friday night. My grandson from South Carolina had never been on a boardwalk or seen a boardwalk because they don't have boardwalks where they live by the beaches. And so he loved it. He really enjoyed that. And it was nice to have everyone together. My daughters, my granddaughters, grandson, my son-in-law. It was really fun. So we had a good time. And then Saturday is when we went to Cape May. It's called Diamond Beach, where we picked the stones. If you get them polished, they kind of shine. They call it them diamonds, but they're not. So we went there and picked some of the stones, and then we checked out the lighthouse there. So we had a good time there, and on the way home, my daughter who lives here and my granddaughters, we went to the Cape May Zoo, which we had never been to before. And I'm glad that we went because that was fun. My daughter from South Carolina and my son-in-law and grandson, they went to Philadelphia. She met up with a college friend for dinner, and this was on Saturday night. And then they stayed overnight, and Sunday they went to see the Liberty Bell. My grandson, he's 14, he's all about history. So they went to the Liberty Bell, and then they went on a tour of one of the ships. I don't know which, well, it was probably, I keep wanting to say Air Force, and that's not what it is. Anyway, they took a tour of one of the ships and enjoyed that. They came home Sunday night. So we've been hopping around here and there, in the area, and, visiting people that they don't get to see very often, only when they come home. So, like I said, they're from South Carolina. So they left and everything was good. My grandson has allergies, so his allergies were acting up, but he's fine now, so I'm glad that he's better. Let's see, the zoo we went to, and that's about it now. It's August, and my granddaughter's here. Will be starting school in 2 weeks. My oldest granddaughter will be going to Temple University in Philadelphia, and my younger granddaughter, she'll start 10th grade here at school here in our town. So that starts already. I can't believe that. 2 weeks before Labor Day. So they're starting early. I'm going to Temple University to help move her in, and so that I'm looking forward to that. She's very excited. So that's what's going on with family. As far as me, I go for my appointment in 2 weeks about my knee, and see what the doctor wants to do. When I spoke to the PA over the phone to go over the results of the MRI, he said a lot of orthopedic doctors would say that I needed a total knee replacement, but he said the doctor that you have will want to try the gel shots, most likely. So if anyone has any information on gel shots, I've had the cortisone shot and it didn't work. I've had cortisone before that in my back that has worked, but this has not worked. So I have a tear in the meniscus, and I do have bone-on-bone arthritis. So if you can relate, please email me or comment what successes you've had and what didn't work for you. I would appreciate it because I've never had the gel shots. So that's what's going on in 2 weeks. I'll find out more. Other than that, everything's good. I'm busy like always, and I like it that way because the day goes by quick and some days go by slow, but it all depends on what I'm doing. So I'm sure that some of you can relate to that, especially after you retire. So I guess that's it, because I don't know what else to talk about. So I could stay on here and talk. I could talk about a whole lot of things, but I know that it would not interest anyone, perhaps. So I'm going to try to come back in 2 weeks. I have to come back in 2 weeks, or even a week and a half, to let you know the stitching that I've done while I was on retreat. So I want to come back and share all of that with you. If you have any questions, comments, what you like about the video, what I could change about the video, just let me know. And I do welcome all of your comments, and I also like to read the comments. So thank you for joining me, and I hope that everyone has a good week, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.